Hello everybody. Today we have an SAT algebra problem. This problem is related to quadratic equations and actually parabolas. Please read it and then we will solve it together. The question tells us that this exact equation is a representation of a ball's height h in terms of time t. We need to find out after how many seconds approximately will the ball hit the ground. Now approximately means that the answer may not be exactly one of those, right? But it may be close. So we need to find a close answer to one of the choices. Now in order for the ball to hit the ground, height h has to be 0. Imagine throwing a ball up. When the ball goes up, it actually presents a parabolic motion, and with the time, its height starts decreasing and it goes down again. In order for the height to be 0, the quadratic equation that expresses the parabolic motion of the ball has to be equal to 0. So we need to find the roots of this quadratic equation, and they will give us the answer. If you remember, in order to find the roots of a quadratic equation, we need to use the quadratic equation formula. But instead of x, we will actually plug t, right? Because here we have time. So before we continue, let's find our coefficients. We remember the form of a quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c, which does not have any x multiplier there, is equal to 0, right? So here a is going to be negative 4.9, b is going to be 25, and c is going to be 0. There's no c, there's no constant in this equation. So let's write down our quadratic equation now. And 625 is the square of 25. Now we can see here that these terms cancel out. Negative 4 times negative 4.9 times 0, since there's a 0, all of this is 0. So we get this simplified version of that equation. Now we can simplify it further. Square root of 625, well, that is 25. And notice that there are actually two possible time intervals for the ball to hit the ground, because we got two times. It's either negative 25 plus 25 divided by negative 9.8 or negative 25 minus 25 divided by negative 9.8. So let's write them down. Alright, time is equal to 0 or time is equal to 5 seconds. Well, which one makes more sense? At time is equal to 0, our ball is just kicked, right? In a parabolic motion with balls flying high and coming down to the ground, at time is equal to 0, the ball is on the ground, and that is right, but it's just kicked. When it comes down after a long flight, time has to be larger than 0. This is something you have to remember, and it comes from logic. So therefore time has to be approximately 5 seconds. So D is the correct answer.